Hello guys, it's Josh from Scarebox, and today I'm going to be discussing Europa Park. I'm going to do like 4 videos on this park because I love it and there's so much to talk about. But today I want to talk about Europa Park and how to get there and where to stay, that kind of thing. Kind of the logistics of like trying a trip. So yeah, welcome. So Europa Park it's my favourite theme park. Located in Reus, Germany, in the southwest of Germany, in Baden-Württemberg. Now, Europa Park is located in sort of a fairly out there location. Like, it's kind of in the sticks in Germany. So getting there is not like the easiest thing, but it is, it is achievable. But yeah, I'll give you some ideas today, guys. So the first place you can go from, if you're going from the UK, a good option would be probably Baden. I'll go for Basel first. Basel probably is the second best option, or maybe third actually. So Basel, you can go from Basel, from London to Gatwick, or I think Heathrow. There's quite a few flights a day to Basel Airport. Or I think it's called Euro Airport because it's technically Basel and Mulhouse, so it's on the border with Germany and France. So it's like it's basically like an airport with in 2 to 3 different countries. So if that sounds interesting to you, you can do all 3 countries in one day, just walking around the airport. Yeah, so fly to Euro Airport or slash Basel Airport, and you can go all the way from Basel City to Europa Park. I think it was around the 2.5 hour mark, 3 hours. Depending on traffic, and generally quite a good way to get there. That was via Flixbus I got. You can get a train, it's 2 trains, but it's very expensive. I mean 35 British pounds each, one way. So I don't recommend going the train way unless you can get a good deal in advance, but do expect the costs to be fairly high to get from A to B. Switzerland generally is just really expensive in general, so keep that in mind. The Flixbus comes in the evening, so I recommend maybe planning something to do in Basel, maybe go to the zoo or something, I don't know, or Botanical Gardens. Be careful about eating around Basel area, because it's bloody expensive, guys. Your boyfriend had a Big Mac each, and an ice cream, and it was 35 British pounds, or about 40-ish francs, which is just ridiculous. So be careful where you eat. If you want to get lunch in Basel, don't go to a high-end restaurant unless you have unlimited money. So yeah, that's kind of the first one, Basel. But once you get the Flixbus from Basel to Europa Park, it takes a couple hours. We'll get you there about 9-10 o'clock, maybe a little bit later actually, depending on traffic. And do prepare for Flixbus to be late, by the way. They're basically always late. So don't be upset when it's late, because it's going to be late. Yeah, that's Basel. I found it generally a little bit of a tricky one to transfer. Another thing is worth to notice, so we went to McDonald's to charge our phones up. They have wireless charging, which is awesome. So that's a good way to get your phone charged up while you're eating. Though do watch out for, there is plug sockets. So you might be very tempted to be, oh yeah, I'll plug my phone in, and then you realise that they use a Swiss plug. So that one's a bit dodge. So obviously you guys probably know about Swiss plugs. They're very different to most other ones. If you buy a Euro plug, if you buy one in England, it'll probably be one for one of the standard 2 pins. And that's fine in most of Europe, basically all of Europe, except for Switzerland, which has a sort of a 3-hole plug. And yeah, that's something that might catch you off guard. Do buy a Swiss plug if you want to charge your phone in Basel, but you could go without it though, if you're just popping through Basel to go to Europa Park. So yeah, that's my honest opinion on Basel. I recommend maybe not going there for a few days. We did on the way out. We came back and like spent like 3 days in Basel, and honestly, I wouldn't go back. It was an okay area. It just wasn't like that interesting, I don't think, and it was very expensive. Switzerland is a really beautiful country, but I wouldn't say that Basel was like a must-do of the places there. Savage. The other way, I did this as well. I did the Basel way last April, and in May, I went soon after. I went to Baden-Baden, Germany. This is actually really, really nearby. I'll quickly just Google I think it was an hour and a half. And it was like I think it was 2 to 3 different trains. But connecting was not hard, guys. Like, it might sound a bit like 3 different trains. Sorry, 1 bus, 2 trains. So generally not too bad. The journey does have a lot of transfers. It does take a couple hours, but I found it quite an easy journey to make, to be honest. It wasn't like that tricky. The trains were clean. The stations aren't even that big. You know, these are not big stations. These are chill. You get you eventually get the train to Ringsheim, and yeah, quite an easy journey, to be honest. Ringsheim, if you didn't know, is the main train station nearby Europa Park. It's a very small town, which is slightly bigger than Roost. About a 3-kilometer walk from, maybe 4-kilometer walk from Europa Park. So not far, but not near. I'd probably recommend getting a taxi or a bus. I think bus is actually a lot easier. But yeah, a bus from Ringsheim to Europa Park is available quite often. So probably worth doing that, guys. But once you're in Ringsheim, you're good basically. But there's not like, the trains aren't always that common. So do plan out a train route. They also don't run too late, I don't think. So again, do be cautious. But it is a few hour journey. You can get a Flixbus as well, I think, but I think it's the same like time, or it's not like that much better, to be honest. But if you look at a park on a map, it is very near the borders of France and Switzerland. It's actually really close to the French border. Like, I mean, so close. You could probably walk into France from places like Roost, 4 kilometers to the west, and you're in France. I was something to know about as well about the area. So German is obviously the predominant language. I recommend learning phrases in German. I find Roost had a lot of English speakers, but in the theme park itself, most people spoke French as well as German, and English is kind of the third option here. It's kind of the third language, so not many people are going to speak it. So don't expect English to be like the default, because it's really not. Most people who come into Europa Park are either French or German, usually French. So English, you know, we're the minority in this theme park, so don't walk around just with English all the time. If you know a bit of French and a bit of German, particularly German, it's worth mentioning. But yeah, so looking at Roost, I've said Roost about 4 different times, and I always find it generally quite easy to deal with. Mostly because it's not too big. It's a really small town, guys, with like a abundance of guest houses and restaurants very nearby to your park. Most of it's like sort of a kilometer away, or kilometer and a half away. So yeah, you can stay at the hotels. They do look absolutely amazing. But equally, you have some brilliant guest houses, local guest houses as well, that are beautiful and cheaper. Though they're not cheap, to be honest. Like, you're not going to stay for like £80 a day, but 150, maybe £80, depending on, you know, the season. But the prices aren't that bad, and yeah, the value definitely is a lot better. It is quite expensive to stay at park hotels. They're very, very, very expensive. But hotels though look absolutely like divine. 4-star hotels with like brilliant theming and location. But hey, when it comes to Rousseau's itself, it's very flat, very pretty, fun, very nice to walk through. So definitely, you know, if you want to stay in Europa Park, definitely. If you want to stay in Roost, please do. You know. Looking at these, like, I'm just looking at the map right now, and I've stayed in like four or five of these actually. There's quite a few of them. The options are absolutely crazy. But I stayed in one called Guest House Dolce Vita, and that was lovely. You have another one that's really close called Penchaman Park. I stayed on that in May, and this one is just so close, guys. It is so close. It's like 300 meters away from the entrance. You can see the entrance from your hotel. And Penchaman Park, kind of like apartments. You have like a main hub area. Actually quite small, but you have like a shop that's open till late that serves pizzas and also has loads of alcohol. So nice place to chill after the park day. Also, you finish your day at park, walk 200 meters forward, and you're in there. You're in your hotel room, easy. But that's a bit of like Roost knowledge. But yeah, I'd say probably maybe try and learn a bit of German or French. In Roost itself, you'd be fine, but I found the theme park area, no one speaks English. Honest, guys. Roost as well, like, in terms of if you got like a day, you wanted a day off, there's not much to do there, to be honest. Couple national reserve parks. It's a really pretty town as well, so like you can just chill in the town. In terms of what to eat, there's a really great selection of restaurants around the area. I've never had a bad meal around here. A lot of good pizza restaurants. There's a Greek themed one that I can't remember the name of. Ouch! 1 second, let's have a look. I'll look at the back right now, guys. All right, I can't find it. If you have no time, there's about 2 different like pizza automated, what do they call it, like self-service things. It's open all night. Basically, it's like a vending machine, but it gives you hot pizza. Like, how good is that, guys? That's so good. So I used it like twice, and the pizza's really good. The pizzas are good as well, like actually good pizza. So yeah, that's your park in a nutshell, guys. Or how to get there at least. So Strasbourg, Baden-Baden and Basel, I've covered those 2. Baden-Baden, by the way, I think you can get there via Heathrow and Stansted. I think Ryanair fly there. I think British Airways might fly there as well. In terms of the fares, obviously British Airways is going to be a lot pricier, but probably a lot more like comfortable. Also, guys, Stansted sucks, let's be honest. Strasbourg is the other option. I haven't gone through this way. I think it is harder by train. Let me have a quick look. Maybe I'm wrong here. I don't know. Am I biased against France? Just as racist, confirmed. Now the drive is actually a lot easier. It's like a 15-minute drive, but that's another option, guys. Hiring a car. I can't drive, so this is why I do this, because it's easier. So actually getting on a bus is easy from Strasbourg, about 50 minutes. So if we go from Strasbourg, also really, really easy. I personally don't have flights to Strasbourg nearby me. I live in like sort of by Gatwick, so going to places like Basel are a lot easier. But if you have the time, from Stansted, definitely fly to Strasbourg. That's about an hour journey. So yeah, there's 3 really good airports to go from. I'd say Basel is probably the least good because of just the location. Baden-Baden is a lot of changing around, but quite nearby in location, and the airport for Baden-Baden is great. Strasbourg is also really good, but I have found it in the past sort of hard to get from, I don't know, sort of hard to get flights from Strasbourg, like going to Strasbourg, so I'm not sure, guys, but yeah, that's 3 airports to go from. I think I've gone through Roost as well. What else do you need to know, guys? That's kind of it, guys. Any questions, let me know. But yeah, that is Europa Park's like sort of external guide.